Welcome to a new test and teardown video. This time it's an ACDC electronics load called EL-300 and a main controller unit. Maybe this is like a remote controller unit called EL-301. And if you do a little bit of web searching, you will find a lot of funny things about this. A lot of people call these DC power supplies, and some call them DC loads. And obviously, if you don't know what you have here, and you just look at the front page and all that kind of stuff, it really looks like a DC power supply. It says here, load on. So that should give you a little bit of indication, right? And the meter can be amps or volts, and then the range can be high or low, all that kind of stuff. And we got a power supply on and off. And the adjustment. This is something I haven't yet figured out what is doing. Short test. So what is it you test here? So I think this is just a positive and negative. Yeah, this one is broken. I was also able to find an eBay sales ad with one of these units, and there I found a picture of the rear connector in standalone mode, where you can see the pin out shorted. I'll probably show you the rear so we can see what is going on. So that will be the rear of the unit, and again we have this positive, negative, and S. Some test short thing, and each module got an individual mains power entry. So I think that will be the remote control interface with a cable from this remote unit, and where you connect to the different load modules. And that is the connector that I saw in the eBay sales ad. And if we look at it like that, and then we put in the picture from the eBay ad, now we know how to wire the load up for standalone operation. So that was very helpful. This unit is quite big. It's 17.5 kilograms, so it's really, really heavy. I think I now understand better why we have all this confusion on the internet when you Google this module. And here is where it comes from. It says power supply module. So maybe this is a standard sticker. ACDC Electronics probably also made power supply modules. But this is of course a DC load module, not a power supply. So it's a little bit funny they didn't change the name here. This will cause a lot of confusion to people who don't know what they got here. And it is quite beautiful. See, here it says, this is also a good check. I really like to do these deep going visual inspections before we power stuff up. And I must deeply encourage you to copy this idea. Oh, look at that. So that will be the connections from the rear. And then it goes down to all the stuff that's going on here. And then it goes to the front banana plug. So of course you can't do 60 amps on the front bananas, but you can do the 60 amps here on the back if you want to. But this is really well made. I kind of like it. I still haven't figured out what this S is doing. Where's the mains transformer? It should be in here somewhere. I should probably open here and have a little look. Let's enjoy the internal parts of this load monster here. So this is a Kelvin resistor. We got 4 wires coming out of it, and I believe all the 60 amps of output current goes through only one little wire here. And then it measures the voltage drop on the other wire down there. So this is the main current sense resistor. And look, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 local current sharing and local feedback resistors. And we also see the driver transistors and the main power transistors. Op amps, that will be from 81. Let's roll around. Here on the fan we got 82. And that will be the transistors. So we got 6 transistor sets in parallel. Isn't that just wonderful? And yeah, they're from 82. And I've been looking a little bit around. Here is my mains entry. It goes via a fuse. We got the wires going through that little hole there. And then I just follow the wire here. The white wire goes all the way in here and it comes out here. There's nothing in there, just the wire. And now you see we got some mains wires going here to the, this will be the power on off switch, and the fan wires. But where is the isolation transformer? There is no transformer to be found anywhere. All you see here is a capacitor, resistor, diode, and a Zener, and probably a little regulator like that. This is the power supply for the entire unit. Aren't you a little bit surprised? Is probably the right word, but also I'm a little bit scared, because this means there is no isolation. So this unit, we have mains sort of on the input. This DC input load here isn't completely free from mains. You need to have an isolation transformer on the mains input. Oy, oy, oy. Let this be a huge warning. If you see these units for sale anywhere, there is no isolation. I got, of course, isolation transformers, so I can power this up in a safe manner. And I should also be able to use it. But first I will find a connector and see if I can make this little bridge over here and make it local mode. And then I'll try and see if I figure out what is going on here. I don't understand this S, doing S, what is that? And it's also connected with some, see the big heavy solder points here. That is the positive input, and that one is the ground. But then this S also goes to some stuff. Yeah, I kind of like the idea with these connection bars here and just the solder in. I mean, this is a good design. I got good news. Of course, I went and found all the manuals. Of course, I also got all that together with the unit. Got some cables and a little plug-in programmer. I don't know exactly what that is for. And I got the full operating and service manual of the electronic load. So that is, of course, this unit we're dealing with here. And I also got the operating and service manual for the control module, and we also got that one in the box. And I have, of course, been consulting the manual a little bit, and it turns out the power supply on the back of the unit, that is only for the fan. And the unit is also supposed to be, you can operate this without the local power supply or without the fan, but then you can only give it 150 watts. And when you turn on the fan, it makes quite a lot of noise, and it's very powerful. Then you can do 300 watts with one of those loads. So that is what it is all about. This is not any external loads or any other things like that. And it's a really good manual. It contains all the cool details, so I'm quite happy about that. And I will go and read a little bit more into all this. Yeah, I did figure out about this. So this is your positive and this is your ground. And if you short this, this is how you can create a test of your current limited source and the amp meters. This is why you don't short here, because then you don't see the amps on the amp meter. So that is the idea. You just short the load and give you full current, whatever your source can deliver, through the sense resistors or the meter readout resistor, right? So that was the idea about this. I still don't understand why that is a cool way to do it, but that's just how it is. And the external, the power supply is of course in the control unit. There is no DC power supply in this unit, so you can't use this unit alone. You need an external power supply on that little 10-pin connector on the back. So that is where you get your isolation and all that kind of stuff from. So here is a little schematic of the unit. This is a simplified schematic. It shows the current generator is between positive and this shunt output, and then you go to your negative, and then the idea is you short this, the current generator, and then you'll deliver all your full current via the shunt, and that will create all the readouts and all that kind of stuff. It also shows the external connector, how it's doing external control, and you need of course a power supply to handle this unit. I think this is the schematic you all want to see if you buy one of those EL-300 units online, standalone units. This schematic here can tell you exactly how to get it up and running. So what you need is an external 5-volt supply capable of delivering 3 amps. And this is the 10-pin connector on the back of your unit. That will be your 5-volt return, and you connect this to a few of the pins like that. I think this should tell everything, but it's a little bit confusing about this 5, and then what number is that, and then what is number, where is number 7? See, and then we go 8, 9, 10. So there's a secret, funny confusion going on right here, right? Wouldn't you say? What are they trying to do? And then external voltage is divided down, and then you can control either a constant current or a constant resistor into these 2 pins. We also find another schematic like that here. They're using also pin 8 like that. I don't know exactly what is going on. So here it is. Yeah, pin 6 is also positive. No, this is ground. So I don't know. Why is it like that? Let's look a little bit inside the control unit, because this is the way I want to go. Because here we got the power supply, and that one should be able to handle one of the 3 loads I got. And I was expecting to see 6 individual outputs, but that is not what I see. I mean, I see probably 2 power supplies, but I don't see 6 individual power supplies. So something tells me that I can only load one of my loads at the same time. And then I select one, and then I have load 1. See? There's no way I can click in load 2. I need to disable this one, and then I can click in that one. And it's not like they go... See? They, for safety, you need to disable the other one, and then... See? That is how it works. So they went a long way with the mechanical construction. This is not at all normal. See? Locked. I kind of like that. That is definitely something. And you can see how dirty it is. So I want to go and clean this with some compressed air. The potentiometers, they're geared with some big steel balls. Nice. That will be for all the readout, and we got some 7 segments here for readout, and we got a big hefty IC down there that's doing the readout and all that kind of stuff. And this is also from 82. So after a little bit of cleaning up, look at that, shiny, shiny, huh? I'm using compressed air and a large but super soft paintbrush to go all the way in between everything, and then compressed air at the same time, and it's super effective. Look how nice and shiny it is. I think I want to try and power up this unit and see if it works. Yay! So I think we should try and power this thing on. So far so good. And this is load 1. I put in the flat cable between the control unit and load 1. So far so good. Let's... What is this? Let me give it 12 volts. So now the voltmeter works. Okay. And we don't have any amps or anything. Load on. Not a lot, right? So here it is. So just... it's because my this is my fault. This is completely user error. Let's go back. So now I got 3 amps over here, right? So I should be able to give it, see, 1 amp. Look at that. And I got a little bit more than 1 amp, but it's not a lot compared to the readout resolution here. Let me try and put this down to 1. Ooh, you need to be so careful, because you can imagine this thing can do quite a lot of amps. But so far it... Yeah, a little bit. Well. So what have we got? This is this one. Then I got... What have we got over here? Is it now this one? Now we're in the high. Oi. See, this one can do now a lot. I don't know how we get it over in low. Oh, here we go. Clickety, clickety, clackety. And what about the meter can do volts or amps? And then, okay, let's go back to this one. So this is 1 amp, and then we can do load. How can that be 1 amp? Ah, the amp meter is 6 amp. Ah, it is 6 amp full range. So that should be 1 amp. It's not that bad, is it? 1 amp, 2 amp, 3. Hello. So this thing actually works. And if I leave it like that and try another load, see, it turns this off. So that means it is 1 load at a time. That is just how it is. Wow, man! This good oldie really, really works. So I think that is more or less what I wanted to show you. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon again. Bye bye.